Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button, and if you're returning, hit the likes button. And welcome to all of my new subscribers. And if you're passing through, I always say it, what do you have to lose? It's for free. Hit the subscribe button. You have nothing to lose. You'll love it here. I hope. Anyway, today we're going to talk about the Madeline Soto case. And I've talked about Madeline Soto. I've given many updates on this case, but this week I'm going to try to talk about a little bit of it's Predators Week. I have another case coming up this week on predators, and I've been doing a lot of cases on teachers being predators, dealing with their students, which is crazy to me. But I found out, as going through, and Madeline Soto has just been on my mind. It was really a sad case when it came up. I'm sure you all have heard the story over and over. And to me, you can't get enough of listening to a case about a child who went through what Madeline went through, or any child that has gone through suffering at the hands of a monster as Stephan Stern. Just incredible. Any child that has to suffer for years of essay abuse, to me, is can't ever talk about it enough. So I found out, and I'm sure I don't know where I've been hiding it, maybe under a rock, but I just came across that they had uncovered some evidence in her diary that this little girl had kept, hidden away. I don't know if her mom had known. I'm not going to say her mom didn't know. I've always stood by my word and said that her mom did know. There's no way in hell that her mom did not know that this precious little girl was not being touched. And in one of the videos, I'm almost positive that her mom felt like nothing was wrong with what Stephen Stearns was doing to her little girl. So I'm almost positive that her mom did. Well, you know what? Her mom did know, because she gave two different statements. I did two different videos, and you guys are more than welcome to go and check out those videos. When she first said that she went missing, she gave a different story, and then on some of the other interviews that her and this monster, because I don't even want to say his name, gave later on, it was two different stories going on. So we'll talk about all of that in a nutshell and cover it. And if I say for the little minions that come up on my channel and say, oh, I've heard about this story, click off. You don't need to hear about it again. Just click off. It's a button down there that says click, and you don't have to listen to it again. I tell what I want to talk about on my channel, and it's just interesting to me to kind of go over the facts, and we can just sit here and talk about it with my subscribers. Also, please hit that subscribe button and the likes button, people. Come on, hit the likes button. And also leave comments, guys. I like to hear comments from the subscribers. My hair is just a mess today. Comments so that we can talk about these issues and you guys can give your opinions of what you think. It's sad that we have men and women that groom these young boys and young girls, and they groom them, and they're just getting, good at it, where they just groom these young women and young men. And it's like, parents, we really need to watch out for these monsters grooming our kids. We need to watch out for these, and be aware of how they're grooming our kids. They're really getting sophisticated in how they do it. And I think I'm just like, really, I watch out for that kind of stuff, just to, hey, what are you doing here? You're looking at her too tough. So you need to really watch out for, just anybody. And that's to say, whoever you meet or whoever parents you're dating, please keep an eye out for, don't just be desperate to date and not, take that extra precaution to make sure that your young children are safe. Don't just be desperate for a man or a woman in your life and not, take care of your children. Your children come first, always. And, I know it's a lonely world out there. And, but you know what? I'd rather be lonely and my children be safe than to have something to happen to my children. So let's get into this. Her diary, she had kept a diary. And I had seen, read, and I was trying to find that diary, but I had read on some of her diary where she had just said, she didn't like a certain type of when she seen a certain type of man, it kind of reminded her of the person that was, touching her or whatnot. And so she just didn't like to be around this certain person that looked like this certain man. And that she would just have anxiety when she seen this certain type of man. She just wrote it in her diary. And I did happen to pull up this other part of her diary, but we'll get into that here soon. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you all. We're going to get into the first. First, I'm going to show you all, share some of it. And I'm sure that you all have seen the documents, the affidavit. I'm sure you guys have all seen that of what they've charged him with. I'm sure everybody has, shown that over and over. Because it's countless pages of documents, and it's just overwhelming stuff that he did to her. And it's like, oh my goodness. I'm going to have to read it to you all because there's nothing here. To read it. So you guys can pretty much see it here. But it's BS, and I can't say the names. So I have to kind of just, but it's just countless. These charges, and they also name the mom in here. How she, just first she says that she didn't see her. And it says, upon arrival, I spoke with Jennifer Soto, and I'm sure you guys have all heard this before, so we won't get too deep into this. But I hadn't seen this, read it into its entirety. But I didn't, I just heard bits and pieces of it. It's just unbelievable, some of the stuff that's in this complaint that he was charged with. So that's number one. And I'll exit out of that. This, however, let me make sure I'm sharing this with you all. We'll share that one. This one is her diary. And this is what she, and I'll go ahead and do that again. This is her diary, and this is what she would write. This is just one page out of her diary. And this is just taken, she had written and drew pictures. And it says here that a thread on, and this is out of Reddit, of evidence photos shared from various live streams and videos online about the crime shared pictures of Madeline's diary, one of which was not shared online due to explicit natures, allegedly depicted drawings of a girl being SA'd by a man, and they couldn't show that online. Another entry, which seemed to be written by Madeline, included a drawing of a sad girl, which with the lyrics of Lana Del Rey song, Summertime Sadness. And some of the evident photos shared seem to include writing from Madeline's mother, reading, "My fluctuating mood, anxiety, and trauma relating symptoms affected my memory, concentration, focus, and energy levels," suggesting Jennifer used Madeline's notebook at some point since the arrest. A combination of evidence seems to suggest that Jennifer may have known about the SA abuse before her daughter's unaliving. During the interview, Jennifer Soto continuously protected this monster, and I'm not going to say his name, protected, and was questioned about why she prioritized this monster over her daughter, and even at one point referred to the S stuff as not evil, but the murder, the unaliving of Maddie as evil. An arrest report stated. Now, I am just blown away. I mean, you're sitting here writing in your daughter's diary, and she's missing. And I'm sure you've read through all of that stuff that she's written down in there. I'm sure you've read through it all. And in there, there's I'm sure a lot more graphic detail in there about what this little girl has written. First of all, I'm not going to send my 13-year-old daughter in anywhere to sleep with a boyfriend of mine. I'm not going to send my 13-year-old daughter in her dad's room to sleep with her dad. I'm not going to do it. It's just not normal. It's not appropriate, and I'm not going to do it. So to me, there's something, that was sick within itself. It was said on the last night that she sent little Madeline in there to sleep with him, and because she wanted to get a good night's sleep. So what? You just let him have your daughter so that you can go get a good night's sleep? What kind of insane thinking were you thinking? I don't get it. I don't get the sick. I just don't get that insane thinking. And if the parents, her mom or family members, knew that she needed this type of help, then they should have gotten her, or sought out to get her counseling or some type of help, because you just don't let it fall by the wayside and just do nothing about it. You don't just let this child suffer if you've seen that she was going through these motions. Or I know that at one point it said that the grandma said that she didn't sleep by herself. Well, as a grandma, I'm not going to sit back and have my granddaughter being essayed, and I sit back and I do nothing about it. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to take action and I'm going to do something about it. I'm not going to leave my granddaughter and my grandkids, my grandson, anybody in that situation without me doing something about it. And I would care less at that point if my daughter or my son got upset with me about it. At some point, we've got to do more, and we've got to stand up for our children and protect them at some point. We can't just keep looking the other way and say, oh, I can't, This little girl was being groomed by this monster. And this mom just looked the other way like it was, oh, well, and at times just pushed her daughter into his hands and let it happen and did nothing about it. Let's get to this next video. Let's see if this one is it. I don't. Let's see.
Case, we learned the 13-year-old girl's mother told detectives she knew her daughter was being groomed. That's according to new documents that WFTV obtained from Kissimmee police. Daryl Matthews has been covering this story since Madeline's disappearance in February, and he joins me live. Daryl, at this point, Jennifer Soto isn't facing any charges, though.
Yeah, that's right, Greg. Police say Jennifer Soto hasn't done anything criminal to be charged in this case as of right now. Now, I've read through all 80 pages of this document. It states Jennifer told Detective Stearns has a temper problem. He's a master liar and manipulator. In this document, Jennifer was asked what she thought Stearns was guilty of. And right here, it says she told them he's been grooming and abusing her child.
We don't know where she could be, and we're scared. We just want her home.
We're now finding out from investigators how little 13-year-old Madeline Soto's body ended up in a semi-wooded area in St. Cloud. This 80-page document from Kissimmee Police goes into details from the date she went missing in late February to April when Stephan Stearns was indicted for first-degree premeditated murder of the teen.
She looked okay. She was walking towards the school when I saw her.
That is what he exclusively told Eyewitness News inside their Kissimmee apartment. But detectives later learned that that was far from the truth.
Let's say you drop her off at 8:40. We don't see her car coming back south until 10 o'clock in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing between 8:40 and 10 o'clock?
Cruising around a little bit.
Okay, but I asked you earlier, like what you were doing, and you said you were there for like 5 or 10 minutes, and then you came back home.
The documents state Madeline died by strangulation and her body was carried over a locked barbed wire fence. The medical examiner on the scene stated her socks were clean, indicated she never walked. Orange County detectives got information from traffic cameras of Stearns driving south on Old Hickory Tree Road on February 26 around 1 p.m. Around the same time, a witness told detectives Stearns matched a description of a person changing a tire on Highway 192. After Maddie's body was located, detectives interviewed Stearns and Jennifer's roommate, who told them she heard noises around 2:30 in the morning, the same night as Maddie's 13th birthday party. And those noises came from Stearns' room, the same room he shared with Maddie. Stearns is currently in Osceola jail. He was arrested for sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material. Now, in April, FDLE found an USB drive that belonged to Stearns with over 3,500 images of child pornography on it. He's being charged with first-degree murder and is facing the death penalty.
Order your great garlic today. This is a limit.
Okay, first of all, he shared a room with her. I'm just like I'm blown away. He shared a room with Maddie. And first of all, she had this big house with roommates. Maddie should have had her own room, and the roommates should have, had another room. So, and I'm not understanding why the mom is still not charged. I'm not understanding that either. I don't know why the mom is still not charged with anything. I think that she should, if anything, should be brought in on some type of charge of knowing that her daughter was being SA'd, abused. It's not fair. It's not fair. She should be brought in as well. So I hope that, this case has been going on for quite a while. It happened a long time ago. And I hope that they bring charges against this mother. And I say this every time I do a video. Every time I do a video. And I hope that these charges are really brought up, this time. I hope the next time I do a video on little Madeline that I can come back and say, yay, they brought charges and they brought Jennifer Soto in as well. Because there's no way that she did not know anything was going on. You took her diary, you wrote in it, and you're talking about your own anxiety. You're not giving a care about your daughter at all. You're sitting here saying that this guy is grooming your daughter and what a monster he is, but yet and still you're sitting here and you're still with him. And that night that she went into the room with him, you went into another room because you wanted to get sleep. Now, how selfish is that as a mother? Now, I say it all the time. There are some people that just don't need to be parents. And there are so many people out there that want to be parents, that cannot have children. And then you have these people that have the children and that they don't need to have these precious babies because they just ruin them, or they end up unalived or suffered and tortured. And it's sad. It's sad. So I hope that, she gets what she gets. I hope that she not gets what she gets. I hope that she's arrested along with him, because it's unfair that she's walking around and that he's, I hope that they throw the book at him. I hope that they give him the, I am not really for the death penalty, but because I think that, but in some cases, yes, in some cases I am. So I think that he needs to be punished to the full extent of the law. To have pornography, filming innocent children with pornography, it's like, come on, you. And I want to say so much more about this monster, because it's just sad when you take advantage of innocent children that can't defend themselves. I think it's just a horrible, horrible thing to do. So I hope that she goes in and gets what she gets too. I hope that they come back and they say, you know what, let's rethink this, because she needs to be held accountable, just like he is in there. She needs to be picked up and held accountable too, because she's walking the streets, with her anxiety or whatever. She needs to go in there and deal with her anxiety as well, and maybe get the help that she actually really needs, because she really does need some type of help, because this is just not normal for anyone to sit and say, this is going on, and then just to let it happen. It's not normal. Anyway, let me know what you all think about this case. I know that it's been, out there for quite a while. And now that you know that she was, putting all this in her diary, she probably dreaded going and staying home for the summer. Having to stay with this monster, day in and day out, and having nothing else to do but look at him all day long, or, have to sit up there and be in this house with them. And only God knows what else her mother passed her around to do, at this point, if there was other roommates in that home. So who knows what that little girl had to endure. School was probably her only outlet. And when summer came, that's probably why she said that sad song. And who knows how many other kids are out there right now suffering behind the same hands of the monsters that we very well call our parents, our moms and our dads. So let us all just, as I've said in our other videos, just kind of look and be more aware. And if we see children that are suffering, or that, I always say that 1, 2, whatever, that signal, let's just keep in mind and kind of look around at our surroundings, so that we can, if we could help one kid, it's not, that's at least we've helped one. And get them away from these predators that are just preying on our children, women or men. And we can get them to a better life that they so well deserve, because they don't deserve to be around these monsters that they call parents. And most of these, it's sad, because most of the stories that I've done on the channel is behind the parents. It's either the two parents, or it's a parents bringing a boyfriend or a girlfriend into the home to torture them. It's just sad. Anyway, leave your comments down below and let me know what you think about this case. Also, I am a life coach. And if you're in need of a life coach, check out my website. I am located here in the state of California. Go check out my website. It is michelle-shipley19.org. Go over, check out the website. I do 15-minute consultations. You can sign up for one. We can go over whatever you need. I do relationship counseling. I do individual counseling. Life coaching. I don't do counseling. I'm not a therapist, but I am a life coach. And if you just need to talk about something or get something out of your, vent, I can give you the tools to help you get through that. I've been through some things in my life, and I have gone through life coaching, and it has, helped me tremendously. So, hey, check me out. I can help you with some tools, and just to help you get through, to work through those things, and to, get through whatever you need. You'll be amazed the things that you can work through life coaching. If you don't want to see a therapist, life coaching is the next best thing. You'd be amazed. So, Michelle shipley19.org. It's Divine Purpose Coaching, and I would be happy to work with you. Free 15-minute consultation. And so also leave a comment, please, people, in the bottom and at the below, and let me know what you think about this case. Also, hit that likes button and hit the subscribe button, people. What do you have to lose? And please go check out some of my other videos and also some of my cooking videos. We do it all here. Do it all here, people. So until next time, bye.